Today on Rock the Park.
Whoa! Man, that was rough.
Death Valley is giving us all we can handle.
Man, it's hot. And it is close to 100 degrees here.
As we tackle the California backcountry's roughest challenges, head on.
Can we find water on the driest land on the continent?
It's a maze out here.
Our canyon has just completely disappeared on us.
Or will the sweltering desert heat prove too much to overcome?
We've stumbled across a major roadblock.
I think we have to go back.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
I'm dead serious, and it all starts now.
I'm Jack Stewart.
And I'm Colton Smith.
We love the national parks.
Oh my gosh.
It's all about packing up a car and just doing it. Just hitting the road.
Our goal is to visit every national park in this country.
And when you go off the beaten path like we do,
There's no telling what will happen next.
wow, ready for the time of your life?
Get set to rock the park.
Welcome to the hottest place on Earth, Death Valley National Park. Named by lost prospectors during the California Gold Rush of 1849, Death Valley lives up to its name. Here, mere survival is goal number one. The planet's hottest day on record, 134 degrees, was here at Furnace Creek 100 years ago.
Apart from the extreme heat, it's also the driest national park.
The park covers 3.4 million acres of California's most desolate terrain, stretching 140 miles along the Nevada border.
Oh, wow, look at that.
Yeah, these mountains are way more impressive than I thought they were gonna be.
To cover some ground, we'll rev things up on the park's rough backcountry roads that are not for everyone or every car. Then, we'll brave the hot desert wilderness in search of Death Valley's most elusive prize, water. And to learn more about water, we head straight to the one place water should definitely be, 282 feet below sea level.
Smells like we're at the beach.
I know, a little salty.
But here at Badwater Basin, a giant salt flat with the lowest elevation in North America, there is no water today.
Oh my gosh, it's so salty.
Park Ranger Jonathan Penman-Brotzman explains why.
This is all about water. Water falls on the peaks, water percolates down through the minerals and the rocks. The water ends up down here. There used to be a 600-foot depth lake out here back in prehistorical times. There's very little humidity here. We get about 2 inches of rain, and our evaporation rate is something like 150 inches per year.
That means the dry air in this valley sucks the ground dry, leaving behind all this, sodium chloride.
Table salt.
Right.
Wow.
It's just a valley of table salt. That's awesome.
The salt flats at Badwater Basin cover nearly 200 square miles.
How could somebody live in this environment?
Well, it's all about water, of course. They knew where the springs are.
What kind of wildlife is out here?
This is getting to be tarantula season. Of course, they don't really bother you.
Speak for yourself. Yeah. I'll tell you what, I'm gonna be
Semantics.
bothered if I have a tarantula crawling on my face.
These giant hairy spiders can grow up to 10 inches across. Their appearance is worse than their bite, though. A tarantula's venom, while painful, is virtually harmless to humans. We should also keep an eye out for coyotes. These scavengers are experts at finding water, so our paths might cross. First, we plan to get the lay of the land by car.
Death Valley has nearly 1,000 miles of roads, more than any other national park. But these roads can be tricky.
A lot of them are old wagon roads that were used to go to the mines. And now, they're here for people who have tough cars, and there's a lot of adventure to be had out there.
Titus Canyon Road is one of the best. This rocky 27-mile jaunt through the Grapevine Mountains bumps and bounces over gravel, deep ruts, and small boulders before winding through an extremely narrow passage of canyon.
All right. Oh, this road's gonna be great.
The park's backcountry roads are often unpatrolled and unmaintained, so it pays to bring an extra spare tire, plenty of water, and check road conditions.
To be safe doing this, you gotta make sure you got a vehicle that has a high enough clearance to make it over some of these ruts. Here we go, here we go, here we go. Whoa! We're
really rocky. Oh my gosh. Oh man.
That was rough.
Jagged rock, jagged rock.
Now this is my kind of road, man. Because a lot of these roads did go to towns that were founded by miners, they haven't really been maintained or used in a while, it seems.
And you know what? That's the fun of it.
So we've been driving through canyons for a while, and we come up over this hill, and you can see this ghost town.
You see that mine?
Oh yeah.
That's awesome.
That's so cool.
Our backcountry drive suddenly gets eerie when we encounter Death Valley's ghosts of the past and a town called Leadfield that fell victim to the mining boom of the early 1900s.
This place is crazy. These people were lured out here on false promises of gold, and the town didn't even last more than a year.
You know what was kind of creepy though? That old car that's over there just rusted away.
Well, we're basically in the middle of nowhere.
As awesome as this is, I think we gotta get going. We got a long road to drive, and we still have to set up camp.
The final few miles of the road are a spectacular stretch of canyon, with limestone cliff walls less than 20 feet apart at points.
Man, that was awesome.
That was one of the coolest drives I've ever done.
Tonight, we're gonna kick back and camp in style.
One of the things I love about Death Valley is they let you camp almost anywhere.
Oh yeah. All right, this looks perfect.
Car camping allows us little luxuries that would be impossible to carry when hiking.
It's not too often anymore that we get to sleep in a big tent and have chairs to sit on.
What a great spot too. We gotta soak it in because we're gonna be roughing it hardcore tomorrow. Not too shabby.
No, not at all, man. Not at all. Tomorrow, all this becomes a bittersweet memory as our search for water gets desperate.
You got a problem.
Holy cow. A new day has dawned in Death Valley, and today we're in search of the rarest of resources here, water, in a place that doesn't sound too promising.
Today we are setting off into the Funeral Mountains in search of a spring.
We're gonna really have to rely on our instincts because there really isn't much of a trail.
Oh my gosh, it's already so hot.
Yeah, it's early too, man. Holy cow. You got the map?
I do. Before we go anywhere, let's check this out.
Yeah.
Make sure we know where we're going.
Careful planning and extreme caution are crucial when hiking into the desert. We hope to find a natural spring, but we can't bank on it. So we're carrying at least 1 gallon of water per person per day.
Well, we followed this wash, and that takes us to this canyon here. And then our spring should be somewhere up in this area here.
Okay.
A wash is a seasonally dry stream bed that often drains from the mountains, meaning it could lead to water. But the canyon is 4 miles away, and the spring is another 2 miles in from there.
I've got our water filter, I've got a backup GPS just in case, and I've got our satellite phone.
Oh, that's it.
Well, we've got a long stretch of desert ahead of us. Even though we're hauling enough water to survive for a couple days, we quickly realize the extreme heat and dry air make us thirstier than normal.
Okay, so we haven't even been hiking that long, and we've already got an issue. We're trying to follow this wash to the correct canyon, which should hopefully take us to the spring. But it's a maze out here.
It's really hard to judge, man. It's still early in the morning. The sun is beating down on us. Whew. And it's over 90 degrees right now. We gotta
Let's keep moving this way.
Man,
This is not easy terrain to walk on. There's rocks everywhere, and it's a result of the flash floods that come down from the mountains.
It's amazing that in a place that receives less than 2 inches of rain a year, we're basically following all these signs of water. Following a wash is tricky. Sometimes it disappears, and other times it seems there are dozens to choose from.
I don't think we go this way anymore. I think we followed that thing.
And to me, that says erosion, that says a wash, and that's what we're supposed to be following.
Now, most of the early settlers, they weren't exactly trying to live in Death Valley, they were just trying to get around it. And they were having the same problems that we're having now. that's getting lost and finding water.
Man, it's hot. Oh my gosh.
We're struggling, but the wildlife in Death Valley has adapted to the dry, hot climate. Adult roadrunners can survive without water by getting moisture from the plant materials. They'll even turn their back to the sun to absorb solar energy.
Okay, we got a little decision to make here.
Do you have the map?
Yeah.
Holy cow, these canyons came out of just absolutely nowhere.
We've been following this wash, but now we're at a fork in the road.
Picking the wrong canyon would spell disaster.
The air is hot and the sun is just beating down on us. So we're sweating a lot and we're drinking a lot of water. If we can't figure out where this spring is, we may have to turn around.
We're in California's Death Valley and learning the hard way how this desert got its name as we continue to search for a canyon that might contain water. We've just come to a junction and don't know which way to go.
I hate to say it, we may want to check our GPS.
Yeah, I think you're right.
It's just the smart choice.
We wanted to do this old school, like the pioneers. But the heat is zapping our energy, and we've been depleting our water supply faster than expected.
Okay, I found our canyon.
Right down this way?
It's right down this way, but it keeps going around that bend for an additional 5 miles.
Are you serious?
Yeah, man.
All right, let's get moving.
Not only have we underestimated the distance by several miles, but the heat here is unlike anything we've dealt with before. Oh, man. The more we sweat, the thirstier we get. And it is close to 100 degrees here. Heat basically gets trapped down in this valley, and it doesn't leave, and we are finding that out the hard way right now.
Rough terrain.
As we get closer to the Funeral Mountains, the rocks display the striking mineral veins that drew prospectors here over a century ago.
You see those hills? Look at the color on those things.
This area is also a habitat for some of Death Valley's elusive wildlife like the desert tortoise. These gentle creatures spend 95% of their lives underground, making sightings rare. As the miles add up, heat exhaustion is becoming a real worry. We need to get out of the sun fast.
All right, this looks like the start of our canyon.
Oh yeah, it does. It's a great sight to see because the canyon walls are narrow, and that's a good chance that there's gonna be shade.
Canyons like this one were carved out by water over millions of years. Unfortunately today, it's bone dry.
This is a lot better though. We've got some shade, so we're out of the hot sun. Feels great.
The canyon is really getting narrow. Whoa, what the
Wait a
heck?
minute. Whoa, okay. You got a problem. Holy cow. We've stumbled across a major roadblock.
It's a canyon wall at least 5 stories high.
We're in the canyon and we see this, a massive dry fall right in front of us.
A dry fall is where a waterfall would be if there was water here.
There's no way we can get up there. What?
Oh my gosh. Look at this.
It's chalk too. That rock's not sturdy.
You've got to be kidding me. Holy cow.
We are standing at the base of a massive canyon wall, and our spring is somewhere on the other side.
This rock is extremely crumbly. There's no way we can climb this thing.
No way.
So we turn around and we're looking for another way to get up this cliffside.
Or we might even have a little crevice right there.
Ooh. We spot this easy little ridge that goes right up to the top. We think that that's the right way to go, but there's only one way to find out.
Go up or to the side?
I don't know. It's your call. I mean, I see a straight path here.
We make it up the canyon wall, but that creates another issue.
Now we're in this whole other wide canyon. So we're back in the sun.
You think you're to the destination, and then a whole nother world just kind of opens up to you. It's a hot world, and it's a dry world, and it's a thirsty world.
This has taken us a lot longer. We drank a lot more water than we thought, and we're beat.
This goes on forever, it seems.
I'm frying, dude.
I know, I'm so tired. I'm dehydrated.
Thirsty, yeah.
It's been a long day. We see that there's some shade right over here. I think it's time we set up camp. We gotta rest up because if we wanna find the spring, we're gonna need a lot more energy. This looks good. It's not too rocky.
Flat enough. Tonight, we have no tent, just a tarp. We went ultra light so we could bring extra water, but we burned through most of it and we need to find that spring tomorrow to replenish our supply.
Well, that's camp.
Do you know what I remembered? They have tarantulas out here. Sleep to that tonight.
How is it?
Oh, it's like sleeping on a bed of rocks.
Today was a really, really hard day, but being able to lie out under the stars makes it all worth it.
Today we hiked and hiked. I saw no signs of water, and that does concern me. And the tarantulas. Oh.
I actually think I saw one go in your sleeping bag.
What? It's early morning, day 2 in Death Valley's Funeral Mountains, where we must resume our search for water. The 100-degree temperatures yesterday really took a toll.
One thing that we realized yesterday is we went through a lot more water than we thought we would. Today, for our final push, our water supply is dwindling. We gotta beat this sun and hit the trail.
Ooh, that wind feels good.
Yeah, it feels great. Whoa. We gotta hurry.
Oh, no.
You can see the sun is already starting to come over the mountains. Oh man, you see this? This is bighorn sheep scat. Okay, sheep, lead me to water.
Oh my gosh, it's a lot of green.
Which is a great sign that we could be near some source of water. This snake is another good sign that water is nearby. And sure enough, wait a sec.
There's water. Wow, all right.
Let's go see what we have. Oh no.
Look out, that's thorns.
Oh my gosh.
Holy cow. There's not much. Oh man, that's a bummer.
Not to mention, what we do have here is surrounded by sheep scat.
It'd be very hard to filter, and with that, it smells like a pond. It's not fresh. Oh, and look at this. You see this? We got a small stream of water pouring down into the stream. Actually, this is the freshest source right here. Look at that, pouring right in.
Spring water can remain underground for years and even centuries before it resurfaces, so it's plenty cool, which right now is a bonus. Of course, it's important to filter or treat any water before you drink it.
Getting some.
Getting a lot of
Getting some. This is great.
All right.
Yes.
It's got this little trickle coming out of this rock, and that's enough to give us liters of water.
This is our payoff, and it is awesome.
Okay, here's the moment of truth. Smells okay. Here goes nothing. Tastes pretty good.
Out here in Death Valley, this is as good as gold.
Cheers. Bottoms up.
Bottoms up.
This desert terrain is brutal. You really have to make sure you know what you're doing and what resources you have. I come out here for the beauty and relying on our skills and our bodies to take us to these amazing places. Where else can you really find that than these national parks?
All right, here we go. Goodbye, Death Valley.
Death Valley pushed us to our limits and taught us a thing or two about wilderness survival. Remember, if we can do it, so can you.
So the next chance you get, go out and rock the park.